Wait, go! Pilipino, magandang umaga po. Tanong nga ng mga Briton, are you alright? My name is Paul. I live here in the UK for 15 years. Wow, 15 years ka na dito sa UK? I just want to share my experiences, struggles, and happiness as a migrant Filipino living in the United Kingdom of Great Britain. But before we start, please kindly like, subscribe, and click that notification to be updated for my future posts. Matagal ka na ba dito sa UK?
Yes!
Hindi mo ba napapansin na nag-iiba ang pagkatao mo? Sa loob ng 15 years ko dito sa UK, madami na ang nagbago sa pagkatao ko. Minsan, naiisip mo na, Pilipino pa ba ako? Navigating the challenges of being an immigrant, especially during an extended stay in a foreign land, frequently involves confronting clashes between one's native culture and the prevailing culture of the adopted country. This often leads to the experience of an identity crisis,
Oh no!
a phase marked by internal conflict and confusion surrounding one's sense of self-belonging and cultural identity in the content of new environment. Nandyan na marito ka at mahilo kasi ginagawa mo ang mga bagay-bagay na kadalasan hindi mo naman ginagawa sa bansa mo. Nalilito? Nahihilo?
Oh no!
Now, as a migrant here in the UK, living for 15 years, there are a lot of stuff that I think I'm becoming British. Yeah, I know, hindi ako magiging British.
Oh man!
Many British habits seem to be subtle, became a part of my daily routine without a conscious awareness. The extent to which these habits have taken precedence over my Filipino practices occasionally leaves me feeling perplexed. It's as if the influence of the British customs has grown so seamlessly that I find myself at times in a state of confusion, straddling the line between my ingrained Pinoy habits and the evolving British elements in my lifestyle. Mukhang British ka na nga, English ka na English eh. Sabi nga nila, ang Pilipino pag nasa abroad ay nag-iiba, hindi na sila nagiging pasaway. In this episode, we will delve into British habits that you are not aware that you adopted while residing in the UK, serving as indicators that you're gradually embracing a British way of life. Filipinos, sign that you are becoming British. Part 1. Number 1. Are you already craving English breakfast tea?
What?
Hinahanap-hanap mo ba ang tiyaan ng mga Briton? Then, that is a sign that you are becoming British. Sa totoo lang, nung una kong makitang magtsaa ang mga tao dito sa UK, nagulat ako.
Yeehaw!
They put milk in their tea. Malayong-malayong sa ating mga Pilipino, tayo, pag nagtsaa, kadalasan ang nilalagay natin ay kalamansi or lemon. Way back in 2005, nung nagpunta ako sa Singapore, nakakita na din ako ng ganitong uri ng pag-inom ng tsaa. But there, they put condensed milk.
Okay.
But it never registered to me that in the UK is the same way people drink tea, just like in Singapore. But here, they put fresh milk. The truth is, it's really nice. Remember, tea drinking is a British culture. They have traditional afternoon tea, tea time, English breakfast tea, tea brands, tea with milk, tea with biscuits, tea in the workplace or tea breaks, tea a social connector, herbal teas and special blends, and tea etiquette. Wow, drinking tea has a special place in British culture. Hindi pa yan, ikaw ba ay nagtsatsaa kung ikaw ay balisa, may problema at malungkot? Ang mga Briton, pag may nangyaring hindi kaaya-aya, ang unang solusyon na naiisip nila ay magtsaa. Napagalitan ng supervisor? Oh, let's have some tea. Nabangga ang sasakyan mo? Oh, I will hit the kettle and let's have some tea. Mukhang sa isip ng mga Briton, ang pag-inom ng tsaa ay makakatulong sa problema ng isang tao. Malay mo naman.
No!
Ganito ka din ba, Pilipino, na nasa UK? Nakikita mo bang sarili mo dyan na madalas nagtsatsaa? So, sa mga migrant dito sa UK na laging nag-English breakfast tea, then this is a sign that you are becoming British.
Oh man!
Number 2. Complaining about the UK weather. Ikaw ba ay naiinis sa weather ng United Kingdom?
Oh no!
Ikaw ba ay nagreklamo sa klima natin dito? Do you find yourself engaging in small talk about the weather here in the UK? Definitely, these are the signs that you are becoming British. Brits really like to talk about the weather. Kung gusto mo talagang makipag-usap sa kanila, ang pinakamaigi na gawin ay simulan mo ang konversasyon sa pagreklamo ng klima ng UK.
Holy moly!
Complaining about the weather is a well-known cultural phenomenon here. It is a British stereotype. They have the tendency to discuss and complain about the weather as a way of making small talk and engaging in a casual conversation. And we can say that this cultural quirk is deeply ingrained to them. Bakit?
Hey!
Sa loob ng 15 years ko dito, hindi mo pwedeng asahan ang weather forecast ng UK. Ang klima nila ay paiba-iba. May pagkakataon pa nga na pwede mong ma-experience sa loob ng isang araw ang 4 seasons ng United Kingdom. Wow! Spring, summer, autumn, and winter in one day? Oh no! Ang forecast ay sunny, pero magugulat ka na lang umuulan na. Madalas din may forecast na uulan, pero makikita mo naman ang taas ng araw. At madalas, windy din ang panahon.
Oh no!
That's why, talking and complaining about the weather is a unique aspect of British culture that both is enduring and endearing. Kaya kayong mga Pilipino na nandito sa UK na laging nagrereklamo ng weather natin, this is a sign that you are becoming British. Okay na ako sa weather sa UK. Sa Pilipinas nga, puro bagyo, di ba?
Yes!
Number 3. Always greeting people good morning. Lagi ka bang bumabati ng magandang umaga dito? Ginagawa mo din bang bumati ng good morning kahit sa mga taong hindi mo kakilala? This is one of the manifestations of British politeness commonly observed in the UK, the practice of regularly saying good morning. Good morning! When I just arrived here in the UK, naalala ko pa yung kapitbahay naming Briton. It's around 8 in the morning. Nakita niya ako sa backyard habang ako ay nagtatapon ng basura. Binati niya ako ng magandang umaga. A simple smile is shared, and the person proceeds to enter his house. Whenever he encounters me, he consistently offers a friendly good morning greeting. Napansin ko din na kahit sa aking paglalakad sa umaga, lahat halos ng tao na nasasalubong mo ay bumabati ng magandang umaga sa akin.
Oh man!
It seldom happens to me in the Philippines. Madalas nga, walang mga batian, di ba? Dito, kahit hindi mo kilala, babatiin ka ng good morning. Talaga lang ha? In the United Kingdom, it is common and polite to greet people with good morning in the morning hours, typically until around noon. This is a general and friendly way to acknowledge someone and wish them well at the start of the day. It is a part of British etiquette to exchange pleasantries, and saying good morning is a courteous and socially accepted way to begin conversation in the morning. Yun lang, ang mga tao dito sa UK ay bihirang bumati ng good afternoon. Bakit kaya? Sa tingin ko, habang ang araw ay lumilipas, ang mga tao dito sa UK ay mas makukuhang bumati sa pamamagitan ng mga simpleng salita gaya ng hello or hi, o madalas silang bumati ng are you alright? Mukhang napaka-formal naman kasi ng good afternoon, hindi ba?
Holy moly!
If you always greet people here good morning, then this is a sign that you are becoming British. Good morning! This one is really a sign that you are becoming British if you are. Number 4. Always asking people, are you alright? Madalas mo din bang gawin to, ang magtanong ng are you alright? Ginagawa mo din ba ito sa mga taong hindi mo kakilala na magtanong ng are you alright? Do you feel you can start a good conversation if you ask somebody, are you alright? If you do, then this is a sign that you're becoming British.
No!
Yes, yan ang mga unang napansin ko sa mga Briton dito na laging nagtatanong, are you alright?
No!
O sa ating mga Pilipino, okay ka lang?
Hey!
Nung una kong narinig ito, parang medyo offensive sa akin ang dating. I thought that the person asking me is that either he is really concerned about my well-being or just being sarcastic.
Hey, what's all the hubbub?
Kasi nga, ang dating sa akin, okay ka lang?
What?
Siyempre ang sagot ko, oo naman, bakit mukha ba akong hindi okay? Bakit sila ganun magtanong? Hindi ba ganun tayong mga Pilipino? Bakit ka naman magtatanong na okay ba ako? Bakit mukha ba akong bangus-bangus sa'yo?
Holy moly!
But the term are you alright is often used as a common greeting or as part of a casual conversation. Actually, they are not asking you if you are really okay or alright. It's just like saying hello to you.
Hey, what's all the hubbub?
Or to ask Filipinos, how are you? Or, kamusta ka na? Don't ever respond to the are you okay or are you alright with the real answer.
What?
Because they don't care if you are really okay or not. This is just a greeting and a way to have a small talk. Nangyari na sa akin yan. May isang araw na talagang hindi maganda ang gising ko at may mabigat akong problema nun. nag-greet sa akin yung isa kong kilalang nurse. As usual, she asked me, "Are you alright?" And I said, "No, I'm not." She was stunned and confused. Why I answer him like that?
Oh no!
Alam ninyo, ako na ang nahiya. Nag-small talk na lang ako ng konti sa problema ko at nag-apologize for telling him the truth. He said, "It's okay." But I felt that he was quite annoyed hearing the truth about myself because he doesn't care. Just remember, "Are you alright?" is just one of the characteristics of British politeness. And if you, Filipino migrants here in the UK, is doing this habit, then this is a sign that you are becoming British. Yes, I think I'm British now. Are you alright, mate? Number 5. Always apologizing. Are you always saying sorry even if it's not your fault? Apologizing for something that you cannot control? Using "I'm sorry" for a casual greetings. Ito ang malala. Breton na Breton ka nga kung pati yung mga object na nababangga mo ay magsasabi ka ng sorry. Nangyayari pala yan?
Oh no!
Apologizing is a notable aspect of UK culture and it's often seen as a social conversation that reflects politeness, courtesy, and a desire to maintain harmony and interaction. This is also British society high value on politeness and civility in a social interaction. Yan lang ang masasabi ko sa mga Briton. Masyado silang polite o sa atin, magalang. Kaya sorry lang ng sorry kahit hindi nila kasalanan. May pagkakataon pa nga dito na ako ay nakabangga ng lamesa. Alam ba ninyo ang una kong reaction? Sabi ko sa lamesa, "I'm sorry." Nag-sorry sa lamesa.
Ew, boogers!
If you Pinoy migrant in the UK always say sorry here, then this is a sign that you are becoming British. "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Number 6. UK's terms of endearment. Ikaw ba ay madalas gumamit ng mga salitang kagaya ng love, darling, sweetheart, at mga iba pang salita na nagpapahiwatig ng affection at closeness? Well, it looks like you're becoming British.
Nice!
I will always remember that moment at work when someone referred to me as a duck. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, ano ba yun? Duck daw ako? Kala ko tuloy doc. As doctor, yun pala. Duck, duckling, or pato sa atin.
Ew, boogers!
Well, some people here in Nottingham use this word as terms of endearment. It's not really bad. Yun lang, medyo malilito ka kasi hindi mo nga alam at maintindihan ang ibig nilang sabihin.
No! What?
In the United Kingdom, terms of endearment are often used to express affection or familiarity in a friendly manner. Here are some of the common terms of endearment used in the UK culture. Love, darling, sweetheart, honey, mate, dear, babe or baby, sunshine, treasure, cupcake, duck or ducky, lad, and many more. It is important to note that the appropriateness of these terms depends on the relationship between individuals and the level of familiarity. While terms like mate are casual and can be used among friends, terms like darling and sweetheart are more intimate and are typically reserved for close relationships, especially between romantic partners. If you often use these UK terms of endearment, then this is a sign that you are becoming British.
Oh no!
Number 7. You don't mind the queue. Bilang isang Pilipino, okay lang ba sa iyong pumila dito sa UK? Hindi ka ba sumisingit sa pila katulad ng ginagawa mo sa Pilipinas? Do you have patience to queue in the United Kingdom? Do you respect the queue? If yes, this is a sign that you are becoming British.
Aha!
We Filipinos are not savages. We also fall in line, especially if we take the public transport. But most likely, the queue in the Philippines is just for a short time. Pag nagkagulo na, ang pila ay nawawala, kanya-kanya na, at kadalasan nagsisingitan na.
Oh man!
Here, the British queuing takes on a higher level. It is well known and highly regarded aspect of social behavior in the UK. It is an essential part of maintaining order and fairness in various situations. Dito mo makikita ang respeto ng kapwa-tao sa pagpila nila. Isang uri na naman ng British politeness ito. Through queuing, you can say that British people have the value for patience and civility. Just recently, nung pinurol si Queen Elizabeth, one of the famous icon here, David Beckham, queued for almost 24 hours just to see and pay respect to the Queen.
Hey, what's all the hubbub?
Sikat na tao na yan. Siguro naman kilala niyo siya. Pero he respect the queue and he was praised by people for doing this. At meron dalawang famous celebrity din dito na hindi pumila sa funeral ni Queen. Sila Holly Willoughby at Philip Schofield.
Ew, boogers!
Face criticism for allegedly skipping the queue. They are both presenter of the morning show on ITV. Madaming nagalit sa kanila at pinipetition sila na maalis sa kanilang show. Kaya kung ikaw ay isang Pinoy that respect the queue at hindi sumisingit sa pila dito sa UK, then this is a sign that you are becoming British.
Who, me?
Number 8. The stare and tatting. Do you engage in a prolonged gaze at someone who has cut in line? Or do you make short sound expressing disapproval or impatience to somebody? Then, this is a sign that you are becoming British. In the British culture, the stare often accompanied by a disapproving or exasperated facial expression,
Hey! Woohoo!
and the act of tatting, making a short, sharp tat sound, are non-verbal expressions that convey a range of feelings including disapproval, annoyance, or frustration. Sabi ko nga, ang mga Briton ay polite persons. Hindi mo sila makikita na makipagtalo sa'yo or confront somebody that annoys them. Sa queue, pag may sumingit at nakita ng mga Briton, imbes na kumprontahin nila, tititigan nila ito na para bang papatayin ka na. Kaya para sa iyo na sumingit, huwag ka nang titingin sa likod mo at siguradong lahat ng nakapila ay nakatingin sa iyo at ikaw ang pinakamasamang tao sa buong mundo. Yung ibang Briton magpaparinig pero mahina lang ang mga boses. Kaya ako, hindi ako sumisingit dito sa pila. Mahirap ang makaramdam na lahat ng nakapila ay galit na galit sa iyo. Pero may mga mangilan-ngilan din dito na sasabihan ka kung ikaw ay sumingit sa pila na pumunta ka sa likod at meron tayong queue. Watch out for these people because they will really embarrass you.
Hey!
It's important to note that while these non-verbal expressions are part of British culture, they are not universally used or understood in the same way by everyone. If you are doing this tiger look to those people who annoys you and you also express that thing, then you are becoming British. Just remember, for Filipinos newly arrived here in the UK or other expatriates embarking on a fresh adventure, the initial experience can be perplexing and often involves unexpected adjustments.
Oh no!
Many familiar aspects of life undergo transformation, leading to a sense of confusion and at times struggle. Such shifts are inherent consequences of migrant experience, inevitably influencing and reshaping one's identity. Magbabago talaga ang pagkatao mo kung ikaw ay maninirahan sa ibang bansa. While you may adapt to your new environment, deep inside you remain true to yourself. Habits might shift, but unquestionably, if you're Filipino, your core identity as a Pinoy remains unchanged regardless of the circumstances.
Hey!
Gaya nga po ng sabi ni Angela Kiss, who is a writer and accountant. Born in Hungary, she has lived and worked in London for 10 years. She has had 3 books published in Hungary, one of which of her memoir, One Way Ticket to London, which has been translated into English and self-published as an ebook. In her book, How to Be an Alien in England, A Guide to the English, she said, English people don't like to be told, enjoy your meal. They will enjoy their meal if they feel like enjoying it. It is advisable not to command them such things in case they have other plans with their meal, such as preparing to dislike it. Sa susunod na episode, tatalakayin po natin ay kalawang bahagi ng Filipinos, Signs that You Are Becoming British, Part 2, For the Way It Goes. Maraming salamat po, but before you go, please kindly like, subscribe, and click that notification to be updated for my future posts. See you next time. Be proud, Filipinos!